Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Jess here, bringing you this week's goods and bads in the pro wrestling world. It's been a little while, I won't lie to you, last few weeks I have really struggled to kind of get behind wrestling and even watch it and get involved. Crazy times in the world at the minute, and I hope people are staying safe. This week we had the fallout of the 2-day WrestleMania. If you did see it, I have got mixed opinions, of course. It's going to happen. Few good things, few bad things. But, of course, starting with Raw this week, it was a little bit of a struggle to watch, unfortunately. There wasn't much I was super impressed with. I think majority of the show was just fillers. You know, there's one match I did actually enjoy, and that was Ricochet and Cedric. So, they were against Lorcan and Burch. Cedric and Ricochet are kind of a tag team I never really thought I would really be able to get behind. I've actually enjoyed them being together so far, and they have really good abilities in the ring between them both. They are a little bit similar in how they work, so the chemistry could potentially be really good towards them. The match itself was a fun match. It was fun, and it just showcased two different tag teams, which is what we want. The match was a little bit overshadowed by, you know, all the other matches and the drama throughout the show, which is a shame, but I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what, you know, these two tag teams do come up with, and if they'll stay together, we shall see. Of course, I don't want to be too negative about the show, about Raw, but unfortunately there is some bads. We saw Nia Jax return and absolutely just squash her opponent. Nia Jax returning, obviously, has had, of course, mixed opinions. I was quite looking forward to it because I just wanted to see what she was going to bring. Personally, I feel like it should have been done in a different way, rather than just coming in and just, you know, just completely having a really quick match and it just be a little bit embarrassing. It should have been a different time, should have been ruining something good and making that big massive return that she should have really got. You know, she made quite a big impact when she was there full time before, so it should have been a little bit different. Unfortunately, she is back now, and we shall see what happens, see what feud she's going to get involved in. Of course, I don't want to moan too much, but we, of course, had a tag team match with the Street Profits and Angel Garza and Fury. God's sake. It went on a little bit long, I'm not going to lie to you. It's, you know, over WrestleMania weekend, they had already had their matches for the Raw Tag Team Championships, so it was kind of like a rematch on Raw. It was just very long, you know, starting with the original tag team match. Then we had Selena Vega and Bianca having a single match, and then all together they had a 6-man tag match. It was just a little bit samey, and I thought I was just watching the same thing. I didn't really enjoy it. It was far too long for my liking. You know, this match would have been fine if it was just maybe the 6-man tag to start with. Why not? One good thing about the whole situation, though, is, you know, having Bianca now on Raw. She is somebody that I really admire, and I'm looking forward to see what happens with her. So NXT this week was kind of a replacement for TakeOver Tampa Bay, which obviously was meant to happen the night before WrestleMania on the Sunday. Do you know what? We did have a really good moment this week. We saw a #1 contenders match for the NXT Championship belt, the women's one. And of course, with Io Shirai actually winning that. Overall, I really liked this match. It was such a good opener for the actual evening, for the actual show. And Io Shirai winning and going against Charlotte Flair is going to be one hell of a match. Them two being head to head is going to be something I am fully going to be invested in, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what's going to happen there. Now, moving on from that, I was a little bit surprised that this part of NXT was the Downfall. Yes, and that was the match between Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny. Now, usually when these two are actually in the ring together, I am always extremely, extremely impressed. But this match went on for far too long, a lot longer than it needed to be. You know, Candice LeRae got involved. Very, very chaotic situation for me. It was a little bit smaller, a little bit different, and LeRae didn't get involved. Maybe it would be a little bit different, but unfortunately it is what it is. Many are actually saying that it's one of the worst matches they've seen from both competitors, so that's not the greatest reaction that WWE were probably wanting. But AEW this week, I actually really, really enjoyed it. Some really interesting moments. We've seen, you know, Jake Roberts, he is there at AEW now, so he started with an absolute brilliant promo directing all his words at Cody Rhodes. Straight after that, we actually saw Lance Archer get in the ring, and you know, we saw him get to work like an incredible guy he is. But yeah, really, really good promo from Jake. Looking forward to seeing what he does, and looking forward to this feud between them all. Yeah, really interesting moment from then. We also had a really good match between Cody and Shawn Spears. I actually said a little while ago in another video that I was really looking forward to seeing what Shawn Spears does this year. And it started, you know, this was a really, really good match between them. These two are absolutely brilliant in the ring. It could have been a little bit different. They should have done maybe a no disqualification. Despite that, that was actually a really, really good match to watch, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing kind of what happens with Shawn Spears as well. Who knows? So moving on to Britt Baker. She, you know what, I'm really, really enjoying Britt Baker, and she is looking more and more like a heel as time is going on. She is pulling out all the stops. This week we saw a lot, right? We saw some really, really great things coming from Britt Baker. I'm really, really invested in her at the minute, and that is exactly what I want from the AEW, you know, women's division. She is absolutely killing it at the minute, and I'm looking forward to seeing what she continues to do. Of course, if you did look at all the ratings, NXT did actually take it this week, but only by a little bit. But that was probably because they did have the two big matches on there. Next week, is it going to be different? Who knows? But yeah, quite surprised about the ratings this week. Now, I'm pretty sure I do always have quite a few mixed opinions on SmackDown, and this week I actually enjoyed it. So starting with, right, so there's obviously Tamina. Let's discuss Tamina. I really like Tamina. I feel like she really, really does get kind of, she doesn't get used in the proper way, bless her. I really do like her. And this week, of course, we saw her interrupt Sasha and Bayley's little celebration they've got going on. You know, really, really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed Tamina kind of interrupting and putting her bit out there, and it's great to see they are using her like they should. She's very, I don't really know, her character is very, very sometimes hard to get behind, but if they are going to kind of push her a little bit, I'm hopefully she's not going to get completely just pushed under the carpet like usual. But I was actually really, really impressed with this little segment with these three this week, and looking forward to seeing in the future what Tamina does and what's going to happen between Sasha and Bayley as well. Moving on, we saw a really good match between the Forgotten Sons and Lucha House Party. These were kind of, you know, people we don't see as often as, you know, the likes of New Day and, well, now Miz and Morrison and, you know, those kind of guys. And Lucha House Party are so good in the ring, and I really, really enjoy watching them. And Forgotten Sons as well are really, really, really talented. So I was looking forward to kind of seeing how this match went on. It was a fun match. It was another fun match, an easy match to watch. Probably one of my favourite parts of the actual night, I'd say. Probably my favourite match of the night, I'm going to go with. Right, bold statement there, but I really, really, really enjoyed it. And of course, with that in hand, we had more tag team matches that night as well. We saw Nikki and Bliss just you know, continuing with their reign on the tag team championship belts. We saw them go against the Kabuki Warriors again. Not sure how long that's going to continue going for. Are they going to continue that little feud? Are the Kabuki Warriors going to completely take their titles back again? Who knows? I really would like maybe a new shiny tag team to come along and challenge Bliss and Cross. But of course they did retain their titles, and it was actually a really good match. These 4 competitors are actually incredible in the ring, and I, you know, really do enjoy the matches they put on. And finally, we of course had we've been seeing that Braun Strowman has the championship now, and of course he has now got the challenge of facing The Fiend and Bray Wyatt. I'm really looking forward to this. You know, Strowman is someone that I think is great already, and you know, The Fiend, everybody thinks he's great. So him being a potential new challenger, who knows what's going to happen? Is it going to be all the mind games? Is it going to, you know, are we going to see kind of the same WrestleMania situation that we saw with John Cena? Or is it going to be the normal Bray Wyatt Fiend absolutely squashes the big guy? Who knows, but I am actually looking forward to seeing what happens with that one. So, of course, every single time I do this video, I do my favourite show of the week. And I think it's kind of obvious who I'm going to pick this week, and that is actually SmackDown. You know, AEW this week did give me some good things, but it was mainly positive from SmackDown. So this week SmackDown is the winner. Looking forward to seeing what goes on from now. You know, without the no crowds, it's been quite a bit different to usual. So of course, make sure you check out my socials. That's it for today. Make sure you like and subscribe, and make sure you, of course, keep watching the videos on Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and I shall see you very soon.